This guy above me, his name is Tyson Fury. If you don't know who he is, he's a heavyweight boxer. And this guy is named Francis Ngannou. He's not a heavyweight boxer, but he decided to fight this man who's a champion, all right? And Tyson Fury agreed to that because he said, hey, well, this guy's not a boxer. He's a fighter, but he's not a boxer, all right? It's a huge difference between UFC or just, any kind of combat sport and boxing, all right? So he fought Francis. Francis knocked Tyson Fury down, all right, and went all 12 rounds with him, all right? And some people said that the fight was rigged and so on and so forth, and that Francis really won XYZ. At the end of the day, I'm not here to debate who won, but what I am here to say is this. There's no way on earth this guy should have been able to knock him down if Tyson Fury was a really skilled boxer. People have been saying for years that Tyson Fury is a cheater, all right? And out of all the fighters I've ever seen in all the boxing history, Tyson Fury is the most protected fighter of all time, and it's because he is white, for sure, all right? There's a comedian years ago who said they have the complexion for the protection. That is literally Tyson Fury. This man is a known cheater. He was actually banned from boxing for years. Not days, not months, but for years, okay? For PEDs, for performance-enhancing drugs, all right? But when he first fought this guy, Deontay Wilder, if you ever heard of him before, when he first fought Deontay Wilder, I believe ESPN was promoting the fight, and they continually said Tyson Fury was a boxer for years because he was depressed, which was a lie. He was not boxing because of the fact that he was banned from boxing. But they covered it up because he's white and said, hey, he just was depressed, and everybody loved it, all right? He came out and said, listen, guys, I'm a Christian. I believe in God now. All of this stuff. I don't believe that he's a Christian, in my opinion, at all, all right? I think he just says that. He loves to say God. When he'll beat somebody, after he cheated them, he'll say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. No Christian acts like that. No Christian will rob somebody and beat somebody with your bare fist, all right, to the person is bloody and all lumpy and stuff, and you literally cheated the person. The person saying, look, you cheated. And you're saying, no, I didn't. And everybody and all other fighters saying, look, this guy's a cheater. And you keep getting away with it because you're white, all right? And that's just the facts. I can go back in history. Before Deontay Wilder ever fought Tyson Fury, because Deontay Wilder said that Tyson Fury was cheating, all right? And like I think the second fight, people were saying, look, this man's cheating. We can tell that he's cheating, all right? Deontay Wilder looked at the evidence and started to say, look, man, you are cheating. But before Deontay Wilder ever fought Tyson Fury, there was another guy who was his sparring partner, who was Fury's sparring partner. And they brought him in, paid him to come and fight Fury. And when he started getting punched by Fury, he was like, this dude's fist is like, it's hurting a lot, all right? And Tyson Fury is not a knockout artist. He doesn't knock people out usually, ever, okay? So people were like, so the guy was like, what is going on? So we ended up checking Tyson Fury's gloves. He actually recorded, you can find it on YouTube, he recorded Tyson Fury's gloves, and you can see that you could literally take the front of the glove, you could smush it in. Like it was literally nothing in there. It's supposed to be a cushion there, which helps the person's hands, and it helps the person that's being punched so they don't feel so they're not basically doing bare knuckle fighting. But Tyson Fury removed all of that cushion so that when he would punch somebody, they would feel all of his fists, and he's a big guy. He used to walk around at 400 pounds. So he's a big guy, all right? When he fought Deontay Wilder, who was the heavyweight champion for years, he was 40 pounds above this guy, which is essentially 8 weight classes above him. Only in boxing, when you get to heavyweight, they just stop it there. They don't even have super heavyweight no more. It's just heavyweight. That's it. And you could be 1,000 pounds and fight somebody that's 200 pounds. Okay, it really doesn't make any sense. So Tyson Fury, that's not Tyson Fury's fault that that's the way boxing is designed, but it is his fault that he's cheating. And you can tell. I mean, for example, Tyson Fury fought this one guy, right? He fought this white guy, right? Who was not that well known. The guy had a bunch of wins, but he was not that well known, all right? Tyson Fury fights the guy and gets injured in the fight. Blood is just pouring down his face. The fight should have been stopped, and Tyson Fury should have lost that fight. And any other boxer in the world, if they were bleeding to the point where they had blood just pouring out their face, they would have essentially lost that fight. All right, but because it's Tyson Fury and they want him to be the champion, they let the fight go on, And Tyson Fury got the decision and won that fight. All right. However, I think he got a decision. I can't remember how it ended, but he basically won that fight. All right. He fights Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is a champion. Deontay Wilder had no reason to fight Fury except to make an entertaining fight. He didn't have to fight Fury. Fury had nothing that he needed. Wilder had the belts. Fury had no belts. Okay, Fury never lost, but he never had any belts. All right, and this is a guy who literally was popped for PEDs. All right, was banned from boxing for 3 years, 3 or more years. All right, so he's a known cheater. All right, one time when he was in the ring, this is years ago before he fought Wilder, the fight had to actually be stopped because the rest of everybody were looking at his gloves. Like, what's going on with this guy's gloves? Because he tampers with his gloves. They've been doing that for years. All right. Another boxer fought Fury before Wilder ever did and said, look, this man was cheating in our fight. All right. People talk about this guy. I think it's this guy named Margarito years ago who was fighting somebody, and he put like cement essentially in his gloves that they couldn't detect because it hardened during the fight. All right. And he was beating this guy down, and they finally caught the guy. They found like later on they found that the guy Margarito was cheating. All right. Tyson Fury is worse than this guy. He's much worse than this guy. All right. But because he's white, he's protected. And they love the guy. They say, oh, look, this is our white champion. Finally, a white champion came to beat a black boxer. He finally beat this, I think Wilder is called the Bronze Bomber. Look, he beat the big Bronze Bomber. When in actuality, he didn't beat him. He simply cheated. He simply came out and cheated against the guy. All right. That's why Wilder never lost before. People say, oh, Wilder is this, Wilder is that. He's not a good fighter, blah, blah, blah. Wilder had like 40 fights and never lost before. 40 fights and never lost. He fought all kind of people, all kind of powerful fighters. He's a heavyweight boxer and never lost. Fights Fury, a known cheater, and knocks him down twice. Even the winner fights when they fought 3 times, right? He fights Fury the first time, right? Knocks Fury down 2 times. All right, knocks him down 2 times. All the while Fury's hitting them with blows where his glove is adjusted on his hand, so that he's basically, his knuckles are essentially in the incorrect place on his glove. All right, so that he can actually punch Wilder in the area where there's no padding, and he covered this up by putting a ton of hand wraps, a bunch of tape around his wrist, so it'd be harder to detect. People could see that his hand was moved in the glove. All right, and so Fury gets knocked out 2 times in the first fight, right, and he goes to a draw. All right, the second fight, Fury knocks Wilder down like in the second round. I think he beat him like in the second or third round. Okay, which is extremely odd because Fury was never a knockout artist. I don't think he may have knocked like 1 or 2 people out in his whole career, or he's not known for knockouts, but somehow he wasn't able to do that in the first fight. But now all of a sudden he gets a special knockout power, all right, out of nowhere. It's out of nowhere. That's not something you could just learn, something that you have to have, all right. Somebody just gets this knockout power out of nowhere, all right. That's when people start saying, look, this man is cheating, this man is cheating, this man is cheating. They start saying even more, like he's a cheater, he's cheating. Wilder finally came out and said, look, man, you're cheating. Third fight comes along, and I'll get this to Fury. Fury actually admitted, he said, okay, I'm cheating. What are you going to do in the match day? In the press conference, Fury literally came out and said, look, I'm cheating, but how are you going to match it? ESPN, none of them even talked about the fact that Fury said that because he's white. If Wilder were to come out and say, look, a black guy come out and say, look, I cheated against a white guy, I took his belts, he would never live that down. But because Fury's white, he's able to do this. And now finally we have Fury fighting a man who's not even a boxer. He was not even a boxer at all. And this guy goes to distance with him. Why? Most likely because Fury was not cheating in this fight, and the real Fury has to fight a person, and he could barely get through the fight. He could barely get through the fight. And still to this very day, people are probably gonna come in this video and say, "You don't know what you're talking about. Fury's a champion. Fury's got all this skill." They'll probably be saying, "Oh, Wilder doesn't have this. Wilder doesn't have that." At the end of the day, well, no matter what Wilder doesn't have, Wilder wins fights. And the goal of boxing is to win, to hit and not get it and win at the end of the day. And he does it every single time. All right. Fury knows that too. That's why Fury cheats. I give him that. He knows that at the end of the day you need to win, and he does it by any means possible. All right, I don't think that it's something that's admirable or something to be honored, nor do I think that he should get all the glory or the praise. But he should be stripped of everything that he has. All right, he's even banned. He even avoids fighting like in certain countries because of the fact that he has court cases there for further PED use. So he literally said, "I'm not going to box in that country." I mean, it's so much stuff you look into this guy. It's ridiculous, but people love him, and I look at it and say, because he's white, that's why. Hello. All right, so thank y'all for watching. Nothing against white people. I love white people. I love everybody, okay? But at the end of the day, you can't sit there and say that if this guy was black, he would be able to do this, because that's absolutely not true. All right. So thank you guys for watching. My boy, Brother Winston. Watching this on TikTok. Follow the page, YouTube. Subscribe to your boy. I'm out. Peace.